for him. He always was the life of the party, made everyone laugh, and had a great sense of humor. One day, he lost his job due to the pandemic. Dave started feeling hopeless and helpless. He thought he was a failure, he couldn't provide for his family, and he began to withdraw from his friends and family, stopped going out, and lost interest in everything he used to love. I noticed changes in Dave's behavior, and I tried to get him to open up about his feelings. However, he refused to talk about it. He said he was just fine, and everything was under control. One day I came home to find Dave's lifeless body hanging from the ceiling fan. I was devastated and couldn't understand why Dave had taken his life. I don't even know how to respond to that except for I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I'm sorry that your whole family has to go through it. I'm not sure if you have children or not. You didn't say so, but at the same time, I'm just sorry that you had to experience something that devastating. Now, Dave's story is not uncommon, right? The leading cause of death in males under the age of 50 is suicide. And a lot of people don't see that. They don't think it's like just heart disease or cancer. Like, this is something that's happening that we can do something about. But we think that we can't. We think that we should just leave them alone. We think that we should just let them be alone inside their thoughts when that's not what they're looking for, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what they feel, because I'm sure they feel like a burden and they feel embarrassed because they can't handle this situation on their own, or situations on their own. They can't handle and understand the feelings that they're going through, because we are taught to suppress our feelings in those times, right? Which doesn't help our mental health at all. But we're taught to push things down and move forward, push things down and go through with it, which I understand. I believe there's a time and place that, yes, we do have to push things down and go through with it in life situations. But if it becomes something where it's so hard that you don't even know what to do anymore, I understand how difficult it could be to not ask for help because you don't want to bother anybody, because you feel like you can get through this on your own. But we have to understand the differences between like a workout or having a bad day versus I'm going to kill myself and I'm not going to tell anybody about it. And I'm not using Dave's situation or story as, something that we all, I don't know, I guess that we are. Like, we're using it for something we have to think about. I feel like those life situations, people that write, thank you for sending these things. I appreciate you sending these stories, because hopefully this will help someone down the line that may want to watch this, because we don't want to look for help, so we're going to try to figure this out on our own, right? And most people that try to figure things out on their own, what do? We Google it, right? Or we listen to stories, or we go to YouTube and try to figure it out for ourselves, and what's the first step, what's the next step. And that's kind of why these stories are very helpful, as tragic as they are. And that was really tough to read, and I don't think I want to read any more, honestly. But as uncomfortable as it is, I know this uncomfort may help people understand that suppressing our feelings for a certain amount of time is okay. But when you're pushing it down so much that you don't even know what to do anymore, now is time to ask for help, right? Go to your wife, go to your priest, call the hotline. 988. Suicide hotline's there. Guys, it's very good. It's anonymous. It's helped many people. And if you don't have direction, just call it. There's no hurt in just calling. And if you're on the other side and don't know what to do, don't be afraid to ask questions like, are you going to kill yourself? Do you think about suicide? Do you think about it? Because a lot of people that really want to kind of just want someone to acknowledge and validate their feelings and their thoughts. But most people are afraid to ask that question. Like, are you thinking about committing suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself? That it's a normal question, which I feel like is seen as not normal. And then your response will be like, well, that would be stupid, or you're not going to do it. You have too good of a life to do it. Why would you do it? Those are the responses that you don't want to give someone that's opening up to you about the question you just asked. Just like we talked about the video before, be empathetic. Oh man, I'm sorry you're going through this. Is there any way I can help you? Is there anyone that you want to talk to besides myself? Give them different avenues versus shutting them down and shutting down those feelings. Because if you ask the question, you respond that way where it's like, you won't do that. That sounds dumb. Why would you do that? Your life is great. You're so happy. I don't understand. They don't either. Right? We don't understand why we think this way, why we're in it. But you know what we are? We are thinking about it. And right now, presently, that's the case. What are we going to do about it presently? Not what are we going to do about it when it's done. And then we're saying, I wish I knew. I wish I knew this. I wish this is what happened. Now, yeah, you did a lot of wishing. But at the present moment, we didn't do anything. So just like getting ready for an earthquake or a tornado or a school shooting, we should know what we need to say to people in this time of tragedy, in this time of, I don't know the word. So what's our escape plan here? What do we need to know?